Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Hello, and I hope and pray all is well with you. Welcome to your message for this month. Sagittarius, I was getting that other than, Pisces had this in reverse, emotional healing. It feels like you're quite different, if I'm being honest. It seems as though you actually do carry emotional healing, that you have been resolving a lot of struggles that maybe you dealt with. What's happening for you this month is that there has been a lot of lack of transparency when it comes to circumstances. And so you're clarifying any sort of misconceptions when it comes to people, their actions, behaviors, places, things, and what you want to do and how you want to maneuver things. You also have a lot of high sacral chakra energy. I'm also getting a high kundalini rise. It could be very warm out where you are. You could be enjoying this weather, and it feels like there's a lot of people who want to get to know you. You could be a hot commodity, but there feels like there's somebody here who's very significant or profound who has this sort of sexual energy or charge or trigger towards you. But more than that, I'm also getting that you could be very engaged when it comes to work endeavors. This could be a very ambitious energy to gain a lot of money in, or attaining and saving wealth and doing what you want to do. But sometimes Knight of Wands energy can be somebody who's a bit not so responsible. They may be somebody who can be spending, but it feels like what I'm seeing. Oh, I love this. This feels like somebody here who is finding things that are a steal. So you could be getting things that are high value at like very like budget, friendly things for you. And it's something here where it's like you're able to get something back, or you're very much so enjoying what you have. I'm also getting this could be helping you to get over circumstances that maybe had you a little bit concerned, people or places that did not necessarily give you what you wanted. They wanted to cause you conflict. This could be people that you already know don't necessarily have like the best attitude towards you. They may have a stern character or behavior, but I'm also getting that you should not take this so heavily this month, Sagittarius. If I'm being honest, it feels like there could be somebody beside you in this car that they're more so looking at, and maybe you were just around this person. It feels like this person carries some sort of emotional, like up handling that's in the upright with you. It just feels, yeah, I feel like somebody could even be defending you when it comes to another party and how they handle a situation with you. Maybe they want you to be handled carefully, safely, and with value. And they feel like somebody did not take care of you. And so you might notice that, like, let's say you have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something like that. Somebody wants you to be handled with top care. This feels like somebody who was raised very well and somebody who feels like they have a reputation to keep. Okay, I'm also getting there's somebody here who's going to be feeling like you belong to them in a way. And if you can't handle that type of energy, which most people can't, you know what I mean? It feels like you are going to focus on your independence from people who could be a little bit more suffocating energetically, if that makes sense. Sagittarius energy is coming through, but I was also getting Capricorn. Funny enough, this is the King of Wands energy, and it did come out. It fell and flew out on the side here for Sagittarius. I was getting Capricorn energy, like I said, and then Sagittarius, and I'm getting that in these cards, there's going to be this focus on how to take care of like creative projects, endeavors, DIY, situational things, moving things around, getting things cozy, tidied up. But I'm also seeing that a lot of you guys are going to be very happy with like smart investment moves in what you make. I'm also seeing that a lot of you guys have been focusing on your hobbies, your crafts, and things like that, and it's been keeping you from de-aging. There's something here when it comes to like your self-love rituals, but getting out there more. There's something with your self-love ritual where you may need to travel, or you'll want to travel, where there's going to be some focus where you have a rediscovery of how you welcome yourself into the world, because it qualifies you to be in more independent energy than what you're normally accustomed to as of late, Sagittarius. It's like you get out of a habit that you've been in for a while. And I'm seeing here that whatever this is, it's maybe going to be that you dress up a little bit more, or you maybe like you have somebody that you're talking to that you're getting to know in the background and things like that. But maybe you guys haven't come together and you've been at a distance or something like that, but you're at peace and things are happy, copious. You're wanting to get to know this person and engage. But I'm also getting here, you have some sort of other plans or endeavors that you've planted seeds towards, like going to the beach, or even like doing something here where you do like some sort of cleansing or reconnecting, or it's like you do something to like restart the wheel, or restart, reset. Okay. You want to relax. I'm seeing here that I'm getting a download that wow, somebody may have been in a retreat that you care about or something like that. They're doing a lot better than what you realize or what somebody thought or recognized or something like that. You may need to know that. I'm getting that, like, maybe somebody was recovering from an addiction. I don't know what people be having going on, but I'm getting here that you may need to know that. I was seeing like a recovery or a therapy place and somebody who was like really zen calm. You have the strength card in the reverse next. It feels like somebody needed to decompress, whether it's you that's going to have this feeling of, it feels like you reach a bit of exhaustion. If I'm being honest, it feels like there's a situation that does come to a close or a conclusion. And if I'm being honest here, it's a situation in which it feels more like a relief, this vibration here. But I feel like the strength card is in the reverse for all of the unsurety that it caused you beforehand, before you actually get this good news and this closure. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be good news, but it's surprising to you a little bit still, and closure to a situation. And I can tell by the way that you handle it that it's like that too. It feels like a situation where you're like, really? Like, I thought I was going to get it, but I'm like a little bit teetery tottery because I'm not, this feels like a situation where you didn't have complete clarity about the circumstance from the beginning. What is this about? Yes, Six of Cups. It could involve people that you care about. Um, an event, Page of Cups. I wouldn't, not for everybody, but it's going to either be a relationship that's newer, or it could be a situation that involves children. I'm not opposed to that because it was a Page of Cups vibration. But here, I'm going to finish showing you the cards because a lot came out to clarify. So you had the Six of Cups, you had the Page of Cups energy. Then we had, like this, King of Cups, Four of Wands energy, which talks about you guys having an emotional healing or connection towards this. It's either something that is lifelong, something that you're married to, tied to. You could feel like you care about this thing very deeply, but it could also be a family member, somebody that's very important. It could be something where you thought you were going to be engaged to, or that you do carry children with this person. Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. It could be that you were worried about some sort of situational loss in some way, shape, or form surrounding these things, these topics in some way, shape, or form. It could even be like a loss of like a space or an item of some kind too is also coming through as well for somebody. But nevertheless, whatever this is, I feel like you get whatever this is. It works out the way that you want or better than what you expect is what is the most surprising thing, and why you see that the strength card is in the reverse. It's that it's better off than what you thought. It's so funny because I never normally get that with the strength card in the reverse, but like, dude, everything about this, the feeling of it, the motion of it, how you handle it, it feels like you at some point in time were doubtful of this circumstance, but it's going to turn out very well. And it feels like because you start to walk away from the negative thought process that wanted to block you, you start to think, oh, well, I think I can do this, or I can just do this. It seems like it's not that long. Let me just go ahead and see or try this out. You know what I'm saying? This is only up until the 15th right here, okay? Then you get the, look, the Queen of Pentacles then comes out, okay? So you've been planting the right seeds to nurture things in the right way. So, and I feel here that there's going to be something that leads to another event where somebody is forced out or to force to step away from a situation. And it's masculine here. And I feel like this situation involves um, there was something about aggression here. Somebody, and it feels like it's related to the negativity. There's something here about vandalism, how somebody feels about you or a circumstance here, Sagittarius. It's that somebody knows that they envy you. And it's that they may envy what they can no longer have access to. What you know is very important with this person. They lack confidence. They have a low self-esteem. And it doesn't feel like it's going to get any better when they find out that there's somebody in the background who really does match your vibe. I mean, look at that. the envy, the glares that it'll cause. And I feel that somebody is forced to focus on what's fair in the situation because they were already trying to cut you off from that, is what it gives. Somebody had a negative scheme that came through for a moment in time. Somebody slips, is what this gives, Sagittarius, towards you. And I feel like you're already aware of this. This feels like it happened in late May, June ish, where you've noticed that somebody, they wanted you to recognize how they felt about you as you're moving on in peace, because they were like, okay, as this bitch moves on to bliss, they need to know how I feel. That's how this person feels energetically. That's how controlling they wanted to be in your life. This is what happens to you instead. Seven of Pentacles. You get to focus on the brighter side of life. The slower pace of life seems to be one that is guaranteed to happen, where you can actually find some good downtime here and there. It even feels like, even if you have to work a bit more than what you were wanting to, that it's very chill. The environment around is one in which you feel like you can catch up on some things and what you needed to do. So it actually feels like you're blowing steam. You are well rested too, which I feel like is what's most admirable. And it also feels like this person here, they keep trying to reach out to you, reconnect with you. They're very supportive. This energy that you're going to be connecting with that's new, they are very supportive. They want to engage with you and get to know you. It doesn't feel like a pick your brain eater type of person either. It feels like this person is more suave than that, is what I mean. This person, it feels like they already are coming up with ways to collaborate with you, how to get things together. This person also has things together when it comes to work endeavors. You could be getting important phone calls or fixing important matters when it comes to a situation that may have happened. I'm picking up that some of you guys are just coming back or will be leaving and coming back to the office. It feels like this event could happen around that time. Like it's either right before or right after you're getting ready to do something, or even getting ready to leave. Okay. But I feel like somebody's going to really appreciate you. You're somebody's go-to person because of how you maneuver tasks. Okay. And I feel like some people could tell you that, but there's going to be somebody, a new complimenter is coming in, my darling. Okay. So Sagittarius, look forward to that, because I feel like this person's going to be very cool. Like, for instance, this is somebody you may expect, or not expect, because this is not what I meant. This is somebody, expect a Christmas gift from them though. Okay? Like, you know, those little holiday gifts that you might get from people that, you know, like really vibe with you here or there. You're like, oh really? I wasn't expecting, like, this person, they're one like that, okay? I'm also getting this vibration here that you are going to be happily developing new things that you're going to be doing whilst appreciating your comfort zone, if you know what I mean. It feels like here or there you might step out of it, but that the comfort zone is actually going to be healthy for you. I'm seeing you're going to be like reinventing who you are a little bit within your style. So there could be some things that you like about it, but there's also some things that you're going to like, collaborate together, that are going to work itself out too. I'm also getting that that's not the only important things for Sagittarius. I'm getting here that, what's going to be very important for you this month too is like how you're investing in your diet, your health, and things like this too. Like whether it's you going to the grocery, you're choosing to eat healthier things, maybe even, um, I'm seeing with travel, there may have been some change for a lot of you guys. It could be different for everyone though, but I'm seeing that there could be somebody who's implementing like more Korean-esque foods. I'm also seeing Thai, yeah, Thai food that's coming into, but a lot of ideas that are coming in for you and how you handle this. You're going to be wanting to make sure that you're well developed, especially when it comes to the back of your body or your figure. Your legs too is very important and significant. There's been an energy that wanted to cause you low vibrational energy, and that's why you have this helmet here that's kind of blocking off anything that wanted to get in your way, and also why you've been so meditative. This ginger root is also very important for what I was saying about health. I can't remember if I said that about Pisces or you, but I feel like somebody here around the end of July is going to be wanting to make sure that they pick up on these things. It could be that you could be having a situation where like family members are around, you're getting back or something like that, and you're doing some sort of recovery haul involving ginger actually. But I really like this deck a whole lot. Um, you have temperance energy too to get rebalanced and reconnect to where you are on your path. I'm also getting that there's an energy where either you've recently experienced a rebirth or you're about to on your pathway. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come around and we see death. I can't remember if you guys had transformation, the death rebirth card in your last reading. Maybe it's going to come up soon or something like that. But nevertheless, Sagittarius, I'm getting your energy here is telling you that you need to sit back and allow things to happen. You need to not chase. You need to go ahead and keep attracting. You need to allow somebody to sweep you off your feet as well, as what I'm getting with this. It feels like there's also some people around that are rooting for you and have been wondering about your love life, relationships, and how they've been affecting you. It doesn't feel like they're sad for you, but it's almost like, they feel like Sagittarius deserves a wonderful person. And I'm also getting this vibration if you don't have one already, of course, Jesus. But I'm getting here that there's going to be some sort of ruling in your favor. There's something here that's going in your favor. Somebody could even want to gift you something too, Sagittarius, at a random time throughout the end of the month. And I'm also picking up this behavior here of you defending your actions and how you handle yourself and how you do things. It feels like you may have like tasks, routines, care how you do something. And you definitely don't want to get off task or have somebody that's throwing you off in your life. You're well scheduled or something like that, or you're well mannered. With the Chariot card, it also feels you need to remember to carry yourself with that enlightenment energy. Of course, the Chariot is the most go with the flow type of a person. They seem to carry it all together. In fact, even if it gets to the brink of falling apart at the very last minute type of near ending type of thing. That's how the Chariot is. It can be something where you're on a craze. It could be a little bit stir crazy. It may not always be the most promising, it seems, but somehow we always make it, especially in the upright is what it gives. All right. And I'm also getting this vibration of self-righteousness with this card, particularly today. There's going to be some sort of opportunity overall that you're going to be within the energy of where it relates to you handling yourself like this. You're going to give off a very wonderful impression. You give off the emperor vibe is what this is telling me, because when you step off of the Chariot, the person who is on it is the emperor. Okay, so I feel here that there's some sort of pristineness in what you carry yourself with. I'm also seeing top-notch, higher class yellows and navies are very important for you, and with also pops of reds. I would also be um, highly inclined to tell you, like for jewelry, going for golds with blacks and whites is very prominent and important. Even things that are a little bit darker is going to be really important too, like rose golds. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? There's going to be some end of confusion with a situation or a matter. It feels like it was close to a conclusion as it is before July came in. I'm picking up around the 18th. You should really see that happening in full effect, and there should be some positive surprises, goodness that may come in. Decision making, yeah. It's definitely time for you and somebody else to decide what they're going to do about multiple matters and circumstances. And it feels like it's before August the 13th where a lot of these things may need to be concluded. You're making important decisions in your career, and these choices will lead to long-term success. Your decisiveness is your strength, okay? So there could be some things in which some of you guys may have needed to work on around the 15th, okay? Or that could be when this circumstance comes in where you need to do the last minute things, the tweaks, or there's going to be some sort of thing that happens related there. Opportunities here. There's an opportunity here for reconciliation. I'm also getting there's an opportunity here for people to re-engage in work, opportunities to regather. Somebody who could be putting like some uniforms to use is also coming through. Oh goodness. I was seeing somebody here who was like, I wonder if I could fit these fucking pants. You know how you get like that when you haven't been at work in a long time or something like that, or you haven't worn them in a long time is also what's coming through. But career opportunities are opening up for you, offering the chance for significant advancement and growth. Okay, so also be mindful that this may be related to other areas too when it comes to these opportunities of advice, because the energy carries over and it is transmuting in a positive light and direction. I feel like this is very exciting energy for you. It'll be very positive times. This opportunity that's going to be coming in is definitely geared towards the end of the month. It's after the decision making energy that will come in. And all of this is showing that there will be signs of wealth. There's even this energy, it feels like there's going to be multiple surprises that come in financially for the sign of Sagittarius overall. I feel like you haven't had this much financial energy that I've picked up on and come across in a couple of years now. Like, I feel like you've hit it big. It felt like we picked up on it slightly in May, but now you're hitting another like speed hump of it, and it's like another rainfall that's coming in July. And I feel like it's very exciting, and it's not going to stop in July. It feels like it gains more in August because it feels like you have somebody who might be like newly entering your life, but it feels like they might be the type that wants to spoil you whilst being a physical pleaser in some way, shape, or form. So physicality, maybe wealth is very important for this person too, and they're a giver. Wealth is not just about money, you know, it represents abundance in all areas of your life. You are in a phase of prosperity and contentment. So there's going to be some very exciting, wonderful opportunities that are going to come in for you, Sagittarius. I hope that you enjoyed this message, that it resonates with you. If it did, like the video, share, and subscribe. I would love to read more messages for you in the future. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Talk to you next time.